Do you like to work out? I think he works out. Look at this meaty chest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should see his butt muscles too. Welcome back to my channel. And we're gonna be discussing the training portion now. Weight gain for beginners, training edition. You guys, once you have your nutrition figured out, and that's all fine-tuned, and that's on point, it's important. Now we're gonna go into the training protocol. Really all it is taking the cardio out and doing resistance training. Now this is where a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, in order to weight gain, we've got to train long hours. No, that's actually going to be your downfall too. Yeah, yeah. You want to try to leave your training session to an hour and a half is pushing it. Reason being is because your body, the amount of weight that you're going to be pushing now, your body requires more calories, more food, more glycogen in order to get you through that session. Now your body is only gonna tap out, it's gonna deplete within a certain amount of time, depending on what your training protocol is and how much weight you're putting. I mean, everything, it depends on that. Example, an hour you did weight training, your body's depleted and you keep pushing past that, your body doesn't have anything. It needs to be replenished, it needs to be recovered, it needs to be restored from that training session. You're going to be going opposite of the direction that you want to go. You're going to start getting muscle catabolism, or you're just not going to make any gains at all. You're just going to be like right here. Yeah, you want to be up here, but you're going to be right here. Yeah, right here. Or you might end up down here. You want to be up here. Yeah. That's the first mistake people make, is they spend too long in their training sessions and not giving enough rest. And if you're going to be training maybe 2 times a day, that is fine. Still do that. Make sure you have an adequate enough amount of food and recovery in between those 2 training sessions. But don't try to make 2 sessions into 1. You're not going to get any results from that. You want to focus on load. Heavy hypertrophy training, guys. Hypertrophy protocol. What is hypertrophy? Hypertrophy just basically means increase in size and load, and yeah, increase. When you're going for your training session, and a lot of you are going to be find that your strength, you're going to be very weak. You're not going to increase a whole lot of weight, but that's what your goal should be, is increasing weight over a period of time. 3-4 sets of something is a perfect way to start. And reps, you can start with 8 to 10 reps. As you increase your weight, you will be decreasing your reps, and that comes over a period of time, and it's just slowly adjusting that. So say you've been doing 80-pound squats for a while, try to increase that and try to hit 100, 150 over a period of time, to where your max rep, say you're only hitting 1 squat, but you're doing like 200 pounds. So that's what you want your goal to be with any exercise. If you are going to be doing any kind of bulking, to have a partner, working out with somebody, not only for the motivation to get you through those hard sessions, but in case you need a spotter. You can't increase your weight if you can't do it safely by yourself. So having somebody there in order to help you to be able to push heavier weight and help to push past that, doing it by yourself, it's not easy. So not being afraid of asking somebody in the gym to help you when you start getting to that max rep range and getting that really heavy weight. Otherwise, you're gonna find you're not gonna be pushing forward and not going to be progressing forward. And so it's good to have a workout buddy, or again, not fearing asking for help in the gym. I mean, most people are pretty cool if you ask them, hey, can you spot me? And even if you're a girl too, ask somebody to spot you. More than anything, somebody's going to be impressed that you asked for a spotter. So don't feel weird, don't feel shy or anything, because yeah, get it, girl. Yeah, and boy. If you are doing compound moves, which means like leg extensions, squats, leg curls, where you're doing everything kind of at once, is you want to start with those first. You want to get those big ones out of the way, those compound moves, and then finish with your like isolation. So if you end up doing single leg curls or single leg hamstring curls, anything like that, finish with those. But you want to start with your big moves, your most hard, intense ones first in your training section. When you're training, less at supersetting, less at plyometrics, less of that crazy all over the place training. You want to do muscle isolation, and you want to focus on one muscle group and keep focusing on that muscle group, that one muscle group, over a period of weeks and weeks and months. You can change the way you do the exercise, but you want to just focus on that muscle isolation and just that muscle, because that's what's going to help when it's isolated like that. That's what's going to really help you increase the size of that muscle and help you put on the weight gain that you want. When you start getting so all crazy, your body's just going to be constantly confused, which is not bad. It's really good in some, depending on what you're going for. But for us weight gainers, it's good to really put focus on just those muscle groups and constantly. You know, dumbbell curls, like for a few weeks, change it up and do a different way of doing your curls. So you got regular curls, you got hammer curls, you got reverse curls, and then doing dumbbells, or then going to the cable machine, going to a barbell, going to pre-weighted bars. So there's so many different variations of doing a bicep curl, or different ways of doing it. So it's just, that's what I mean about being creative. Same thing goes for, you know, the other muscle groups, you know, triceps, shoulders, and calves, and butt, and legs, and everything. You're not doing multiple moves in one, because then that starts to put you more, it can start putting you in that anaerobic, which is like that cardio type of high resistance training. And here you're focusing on bulking, so you want to try to avoid that extra cardio intensity in your training. So we're trying to get weight gain here, guys. Yeah. Another mistake a lot of us make is we don't give ourselves enough rest in between sets. A lot of us only take maybe 10, 15, 30-second rests. You've got to take 1 or 2 minute rests between your exercises. I mean, not only the amount of weight that you're going to be pushing, you're going to feel wasted. You're going to be like, oh my God, you might feel like you're going to throw up, you're going to pass out. So it's good to give yourself 1 to 2 minutes of rest, sometimes maybe a little bit longer, but also that's going to give your body time to recover from that. And it's just going to help you be more successful with your weight gain. You got to keep it on track. So try to stick within an hour of training. And if you still feel like you need more training, let yourself recover, replenish before you go do another training session. That is crucial. Don't go too long. Don't do an hour and a half, 2 hours, or 3 hours. Some people do that, especially if you're doing this all natural. Yeah, you have to give yourself recovery, and you have to give yourself these breaks. And everything is very, very crucial if you want to be successful at that. If you do increase your rest, it's going to increase your gym time, but at least you're giving yourself rest in between. So you're just going to have to structure your training protocol. You don't need to do like 8, 10 different exercises. You can focus on like 6 different exercises for your one training session. 2, maybe even 3 leg days, maybe having 2, maybe even having 3 upper body days, especially in areas you want to focus on really growing, really improving. But remember to make sure you're giving yourself enough rest and recovery rest days in between these training sessions. You're gonna have to balance out all these days, and you know, you'll have a leg day, upper body, leg day, upper body. Some of you are gonna find you're gonna be so sore, which is DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. And this happens to a lot of people, it's very common. You're gonna probably be so sore, you're like, I can't walk, I can't go train. You make sure you're taking those rest days in between. Make sure your diet's on point, make sure you're intaking your BCAAs. It's gonna help with recovery time. Find that you end up being really sore on lower body, that's why you're going to be doing training upper body the next day or the day after. Give your lower body time to recover. When it comes to rest days, at least 1 to 2 rest days are good. 2 is even better, but at least take 1. Don't train 7 days a week just continuously, because that's gonna just delay your progress. You've got to give yourself enough recovery time, enough rest, because that's when the real progress starts taking place, is when you take your rest. We've got to put that in our mind and not fear just because we're not training, we're going to start losing progress, because that's not the case. Sometimes when you take that break, your body will jump forward. Yeah. If you're increasing that load, you're increasing that intensity, that amount, your body is going to be, it's going to be wasted. And so having rest days is very crucial, and blending them in with your upper body and lower body days. And so you're just gonna have to structure it and find a routine that works for you, with your work schedule, with your life, and then, you know, taking your rest days and changing it up often. Making sure you're getting enough sleep every day, especially if you're training this intense and this load. Your body needs the rest and recover in order for you to make the proper gains, for your muscle fibers to repair themselves after that hard training session. So sleep, guys, sleep. Make sure you're getting that. It's good to get 7, 8, 9 hours. Sometimes lack of sleep increases cortisol, and increase of cortisol can either cause more fat gain, and it also can cause the breakdown of muscle tissue. So don't skip your sleep. Gonna be awesome is if that diet is on point, guys, you're gonna feel amazing in the gym. You're gonna be like, yeah, I can push this weight. You're gonna see your mood's gonna be great. You're gonna get an increase in your strength, and once you start getting that high and that excitement, and you start seeing that you're getting stronger, it gives you so much motivation to like keep pushing harder and keep going and just keep going. And you know, you're gonna start seeing the gains in certain areas, and you'll have a little bit of fat gain. But again, if that diet is on point, as I've discussed in the first video, you can minimize the amount of fat gain. Once you finish your bulk and you go and do a cut, it's not going to be that hard for you to swipe that fat off your body. Yeah. You're not going to be doing cardio. Yeah, you're not going to be going and doing 30 minutes HIIT sessions or this or that of cardio. Here, we're focusing on weight gain here. We're not focusing on the fat loss, because, you know, adding in that high intensity, the HIIT training, the cardio, all of that, that's what is going to help, is going to reduce body fat and maintain muscle. But here we want weight gain, so you got to cut out that cardio session and focus on your resistance training, your weights. Once you finish your bulking journey, then when you start adding in that cardio again, boom, that fat is gonna melt off. So it's good to take a break. Yeah. So I think what's really gonna help you guys in your weight gain journey is keeping track of everything. When you're in weight loss, it's not as important and it's not as crucial to keep track of stuff, because it's pretty straightforward. But when it comes to weight gain, especially with the food and with the training, you know, keeping track, logging everything is just gonna help you have a better understanding of what you're doing, of your body and how your body's responding, and the improvements you're making and the progress you're making, especially when it comes to trying to lift heavier weight. Having like a log, and each week, whatever muscle group that you're training, keep track of the weight you've done, the reps and the sets, and how much you're able to complete. And then try to beat that the following week, and keep trying to do that, make it your goal. And that's gonna help you get stronger. It's gonna help you increase and not fear that, and not get stuck in a routine and not venture far off from that. You know, we're gonna be used to like 15-pound dumbbells, 20-pound dumbbells, depending on if you're male or female. But most females stick within like, you know, 10, 8, 10, 15-pound dumbbells. And boys usually, you guys usually go a little bit bigger than that. Some of us, you know, aren't gonna be used to that load. So it's not a fast process. It happens over a period of time. So same thing, like you might have to slowly increase your food. You're gonna have to slowly increase your weight. But if you're consistent with that and you're committed, you're gonna increase over a period of time. And it's gonna be exciting. And you're gonna be like, I am making progress. My own personal training sessions, when I wanted to increase weight, it was one of those things, as I remember for 2 or 3 weeks, I'm like, man, I'm stuck at the same weight, and I kept trying to push past that for my rep range, and I couldn't get past that. And then all of a sudden 1 week I tried again, and I was like, boom, I did it. It's time. You gotta be patient. It'll do it when it's ready. All right, you sexy beasts, hopefully this weight gain for beginners training edition was helpful for you guys. It's pretty straightforward. All around, it's just increasing everything. So hopefully you found this very helpful. Anybody out there with training success or even ideas, please share below. I love it when you guys share. And stay tuned for video number 3, because we're gonna go into supplements. Supplements is more of the crucial part, and you know, it's good to be educated on supplements. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys on that video.